Well, thanks everybody for attending today's Order It Apps webinar, kind of an overview webinar. My name is Jim Bornich. I am actually one of the co-founders here at Order It Apps. To give you a quick, kind of background and history on us, my partner and I, we've been rolling out and creating different web-based opportunities now for, almost 7 years. But this platform, we started construction on about 2 years ago now. Now we're based out of Madison, Wisconsin, and we started doing our test marketing about 12, 13 months ago now, and we had a ton of success with it, and that's really one of the reasons why we've been able to make this opportunity, just as turnkey as possible. And not to get terribly ahead of myself, but I mean, we're trying to provide you guys with all the tools that you could possibly want to really get out there and hit the ground running. And by that I mean sample flyers and business cards, business card templates, sample contracts that you can use to sign people up with, table 10 templates. I'll show you all that tonight here, but all of these things, I'll be showing you here within the admin panel. But I mean, all of these tools are basically predicated upon the efforts that we put into running the Madison site that we happen to have here locally. Why is Order It App so special? What makes it so special? We've got over 100 licensees out there that we've been able to set up in the past 12 months. A couple of stats that I want to throw out to you. One of the biggest ones is that between small and medium-sized restaurants right now, close to 80% of them do not have a way to be able to process a payment online. And I know I just said restaurants right there, but I mean restaurants and retailers, really just all small and medium-sized businesses at this point. 8 out of 10 are not able to process the payment online, and the biggest reason why is just cost. I don't blame them for charging this way, but I mean, if you're a local ABC restaurant and if they want to get something like this done, they're going to have to go to a local development company or a local programmer, and it's going to cost a lot more for them. So I mean, you're going to have to go from charging. I mean, they're going to get charged anywhere from like 8, 10, 12, 15, sometimes $20,000 to have something like this built in-house. Now, that's obviously not something that small or medium-sized businesses can do. And that's, consequently why you have so many businesses today in the small and medium-sized genre that don't really have this type of capability. This is a billion-dollar industry, guys. This is not going away. So, I mean, you'll see more in the presentation. And again, I don't want to get terribly ahead of myself, but I mean, everybody has a smartphone today, and plenty of people are purchasing online. These are small and medium-sized businesses, and they need to open up this portal. And what you're offering them is the most cost-effective solution that they're ever going to come across. And the majority of our licensees right now, they're charging businesses a setup fee that's going to range anywhere from $100 to $200 up front. And the majority of them are charging a monthly subscription fee to have a shopping cart capability on their website and the Facebook fan page. That's typically in a range anywhere from $50 to $100 per month. And then most people are also, charging a percentage of transactions, and that typically ranges anywhere from 5 to 10% right now. So basically $100 to $200 a month. It's not hard to get your costs covered with this platform. I mean, it's literally one business that will allow you guys to get your costs covered. I mean, you've got an incredible opportunity in front of you. You've got the very best of national technology here with this platform, and I'll showcase this for you guys here in the next couple of minutes. But this is a platform that's taken us, over a year and well over $250,000 to build just to get it where it's at today. And you guys have the opportunity to license it at a fraction of the cost. And because you guys don't have any overhead, that's really what allows you guys to charge, if you wanted to, $50 or $60 a month to have businesses be a part of it. And with the way you folks can make money on here. I mean, if you go to ABC Restaurant and I mean, if they're running $3,000 a month on your site, even if you're only charging them 10% on the transaction side, I mean, even still, that's $300 a month. And you multiply that by even just 50 restaurants or retailers. That's $15,000 a month in residual income, and that's a pretty darn good start. And I think that's enough for just about anybody. If you're working for somebody else to go ahead and really quit their job. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll get our presentation started here. So let me go to my next slide here. On the webinar agenda here, a few things we're going to cover. Number one, you can see the opportunities, specifically why a business would need this. Number two, we'll talk about one menu/product list equaling 4 devices. Number 3, we'll do some system demonstration. Number 4, we'll talk about what is included. Number 5, we'll talk about cost and how to get started. And lastly, we'll do a question and answer session. So the opportunities, a couple statistics that I really want to share here with you guys. We can read along here, and you can see in 2013, online sales made up 45% of Papa John's domestic sales. To the right of that, you can see in 2013, online sales made up 40% of Domino's domestic sales. Down to the left of that, you've got Noodles & Company. They reported that online, including mobile sales, nearly doubled over the past year. And of course, you've got sites like Amazon and eBay that are totally dedicated to online and mobile commerce. To me, the most important statistic is right down below that, and you can see, and it's 79% of smartphone users today have used their devices for shopping-related activity, and that's an incredible statistic. I mean, just about everybody, it seems, has a smartphone today, and 8 out of 10 of them are using it for shopping-related activity. Whether or not they're doing research or purchasing, small and medium-sized businesses obviously need to be able to participate in this realm. Again, close to 80% of them right now do not have a way to be able to process their payment online, and that's what you're helping them with. Now, specifically to restaurants, we got really good stats here down below. It says, according to the National Restaurant Association, the hottest trends for restaurants in 2014 are, number 1, tablets for menus, wine lists, and ordering. And you can do both of these things with this platform. And if I ever talk to a restaurant, that's really going to be one of the first things I'm going to go in there and lead with. According to the National Restaurant Association, the 2 hottest trends are tablets for menus and wine lists. Ordering and smartphone and tablet apps for ordering, and I can help you with that. I can provide this for you at a very reduced cost because of the way that we're structured. Any questions on this at all? All right, let's go ahead and move to the next slide here. Now, the next one that I want to touch on here is one menu/product list equaling 4 devices. Now, what I mean by that is that you're all you're doing is only one build out. You're only building one menu basically, and it's going to be perfectly formatted for a mobile device, for a traditional PC, a tablet, and a Facebook fan page. Now, how many have actually seen what this product is going to look like on each of these devices? Better yet, I mean, who wants to see what they're going to look like on these different devices? And if you wouldn't mind, for those of you who just joined, you've got a little questions tab in your GoToWebinar toolbox. If you want to see it, you can give me a quick yeah. All right, I'm getting a couple of yeses. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me just flip over here real quick. So for those of you who haven't already gone to the website, you can go to easyorderaapps.com, and you can do this after the webinar too. You can see there's a spot here for demo. Now, can everybody see my screen okay? There might be a little bit of lag. All right, looks good. So let me switch off my screen share here. Okay. So, this is basically what your marketing website is going to look like. And I think this is pretty important to show you guys. So let's go to the demo here real quick. You can see what the demo is going to look like for the mobile ordering app. We'll take a look. You can view the demo. Looks really good. Formatted perfectly for a smartphone. We'll go ahead and take a look and see what it's going to look like on a traditional PC. Formatted better. We'll take a look and see what it's going to look like on a tablet. And then we'll take a look and see what it's going to look like on the Facebook ordering app. There we go. Integrated directly to a Facebook fan page. And this is really cool here too, guys. I mean, the fact that you can actually take an online menu. And again, this is only one build out, right? You're not building a separate menu for the mobile device. You're not building a separate menu for the tablet and the PC, as well as the Facebook fan page. You're just building one menu, and it's automatically going to be formatted for really any way that you could push it out there: mobile, tablet, PC, or Facebook, which is really cool. And we can take a look back here too. We also have an option here for retailers, if you want to take a look here. Obviously, this is a business that works just as well for restaurants as it does retailers. You can take a look at the demo again on the mobile app ordering side. This is for a company that's selling some purses. An online ordering website here. You can view the demo here on a tablet. And then the Facebook fan page. It's responsive. I mean, it looks fantastic. So you guys with this platform are going to be able to do the exact same thing. From here, this might be actually a really good spot. Since we're kind of doing a demo here anyways, let's actually hop into the master admin panel. And let me just close out a couple of these here. Any questions on the ordering piece here? Great. So Fernando would like to know, so when you're creating the mobile app, is this a web app or a native app? This is going to be a web app, Fernando. I mean, web apps are kind of the way that everything is moving right now. If you published a native app for every single business that you did this for, I don't think that's very practical. Number one, it's an expensive alternative. Number two, people really aren't looking for small and medium-sized businesses apps out there in a native environment. They'd much rather go to the website, download it directly from the mobile-friendly website. From a maintenance standpoint, it's certainly a heck of a lot easier to maintain. It's certainly a lot cheaper. And really, that's kind of the way that everything's moving right now. Even Facebook, they're kind of more of a hybrid app at this point. They've got a native app shell, but all of their information is getting pushed directly from a website at this point. Let me go in here to the master admin panel. Let me go all the way back here. All right, so this is your master admin panel. So the very first time that you sign in, this is going to be what you see. And you can see at the very top of the website, this big yellow bar. It's a show video tutorial. You can see that. We've got video tutorials located really all over the site. Any sort of news that we're going to send to you as far as, I mean, it could be anything from different upgrades to the site, maybe future webinars that we're going to be doing for maybe training and support. This is how we're going to communicate it to you. And as far as adding a business, this is going to be how you do it. Let me go to the other one here real quick. And we've got two different demo sites here. Let me see if I did the same one. Let me check my memory here. Okay, so we'll go to here for, what's a good one to go check out? Let me go to, find a really good one here. Let's check out here Giangelo's. Bear with me here. Well, before we do that, actually, let me show you here real quick. If you wanted to add a business, we'll click on the Add a Business link here. To do it, I mean, it's all totally kind of template based here. So I mean, to type in or to get something started, the business name, you're just going to simply type in here the business name and the postal code. To add a business, contact name, business name, telephone, email, password, address. This is the way that you do it. And really what I'm trying to demonstrate here to you guys, just how simple and easy this is to use. We didn't build this for people who have a background in programming or web development. Over the past 7-8 years, you're kind of rolling out these different web-based opportunities. We built them specifically for people who have more of a background in like sales and marketing, who are entrepreneurial, well-connected. That's really our ideal skill set at this point. So that's kind of what I'm going to show you here at a really high level. As far as the marketing website, pretty simple and straightforward. This is kind of the global marketing website. So this would be for easy order apps. Now, of course, the website that you get is going to be totally white labeled, meaning that you get the exact same website as Easy Order Apps, but you're going to have your own logo here at the top left. But this is one of the more beautiful websites that I think we've ever created here. You've got this great slider here on top with different features here, talking about the fact that you can do tablet ordering, Facebook ordering on here, the mobile ordering app, as well as traditional website ordering. I mean, you've got a really professional looking website, which is great. But to make changes on it, this would be the place to be able to do it. You wanted to change your logo, you would do that right here. Same way, I mean, it's basically just like uploading a picture into an email. The company name, the way that it displays, you would type that in here to integrate your Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. This would be the place you would do it. For you SEO experts out there to be able to change the title and the SEO description as well as keywords, that'd be the place to be able to do it. For Google Analytics, you're really just going to kind of drop the code in here. As far as language and currency, we've got different defaults here, but you can change that. So far, we've got Arabic and Spanish as far as the default language, and as far as currency, pretty much every single kind of currency you could possibly want to have at this point. As far as pricing, now these are going to be the different plans that you offer on the website and kind of how they're shown. Again, this is totally customizable. So you've got on your website here, you've got pricing plans here that you can show to potential customers of yours. And this would be how you'd edit it. If you wanted to edit it, you would simply click on the kind of orange edit button, the price per location as well as the setup per location. Pretty simple and straightforward. If you wanted to add a custom page here, maybe you want to add in a blog, maybe you have another service that you want to offer in addition to the fact that you can do online ordering, this would be a great place to be able to do it. Also, let's talk about this here too. So how is the business going to be notified that an order actually kind of came in or took place? Well, you've got a couple different options. You've got fax, you've got text, you've got call credits. And this is going to be how you really control those credits. So if a business wanted to be wants to get a fax for every single order that happens to come in, this would be the place to be able to manage that. You can buy fax credits directly through the website, and you can add and kind of distribute different credits directly to these businesses here. And same for text. If a business wants to be texted for each and every order that happens to come through, this is the place to be able to do it. And also we've got call credits. If they just want to receive a call for every single order that happens to come through, this again would be how you manage it. And you've got the option here. If a business just wants to do fax or text or call, you can manage that. Or maybe they want 2 out of the 3, or maybe they want all 3 just to make sure that those orders really don't kind of fall between the cracks. That's your option to be able to do that. Now, as far as invoicing a business, now you're going to be integrating a payment processor for every single business that's going to be on the site. And you can see here, you're either going to be building in a Stripe account or a PayPal account for every single business. And this is how they get paid directly. So it is going to be their own account that they receive. Now, how do you collect that percentage? Now, again, most of our licensees right now are charging anywhere from, I'd say, 5 to 10% on the percentage side. So if you wanted to invoice Angel's Burritos on the Square, you would do that right here. You would click on Invoice. Then you would create an invoice over a set period of time. Now, of course, your platform here is going to keep track of the amount of transactions that have run through the site. So if you want to charge them over a set time period, maybe start of the month until today, the 23rd, and also you're charging them a monthly fee of $50 and a transaction fee of 10% just for ease of use. And then maybe this is their first billing, so you also want to collect the setup fee. And again, most of our licensees right now are charging $100 to $200 up front. So let's say we're charging them right in the middle, $150 setup fee, and then you would create an invoice. And then that invoice is going to be populated. It's going to show up down here. And that is something that could then, when you hit send, that's going to be automatically sent to the business, whoever happens to be on file. And, keep in mind, too, I mean, you can store, because, of course, you're going to be setting up an online merchant processor, too. And maybe you use, Stripe or Authorize.net. We've got sample contracts for you guys. So if you set up ABC Restaurant, you're also going to be collecting their card information. So you have their card information stored, I guess is my point. So you can send them an invoice letting them know that, hey, on the 25th of the month, I'm going to be dinging the card that we happen to have on file for, maybe $400 this month. So it's all automated that way. As far as resources, we gave you guys a ton of tools here. Again, we're trying to make this really as turnkey as we possibly can. We've got sample flyers. We've got a sample contract for you folks. Well, let me pull up a few of these guys just to show you exactly what it's going to look like. The sample flyer, this is what it's going to look like. Again, this is all totally customizable for you guys. You can change the pricing on here, the verbiage that's going to be on here. Now let me pull up the sample contract. This is going to be the sample contract that you guys can use to collect contact and information here, which is great. You also are going to have table 10 templates. And this is a sample table 10 template here. Again, they can scan a QR code. We've got a QR code generator built right in here into the platform. And these table 10 templates are great. So a customer could theoretically come in, they can see the table 10 template, they can scan that QR code. It's going to take them directly to the online ordering website. Well, it looks like I've got a couple questions here. So let me knock through those here since I noticed them. All right, so Scott would like to know, is there a free option for the restaurant to be notified, such as email, without them having to buy notification credits? Of course, you can always send an email. That's always going to be free. But, a lot of businesses, they want to make sure, especially in the restaurant industry, that the order just really does not slip between the cracks. And also, there's the order panel. Let's take a look at that real quick. This is we actually have an ordering panel here. I'll show this to you real quick. Let me minimize this here. We'll take a look here. We'll look at falafel and grill. All right, so this is a good example here. Now, this is going to be the merchant admin panel. So if you want to give Falafel and Grill their own username and password, if they sign in for the first time, this is going to be what they see. And also for the reason that I signed in here, you will have an orders dashboard. So they could also keep this up. Maybe they want to keep this up on a PC or a tablet so that any single time an order happens to come in, they're going to see this here. So it's going to automatically come in. If they want to clear the order, and this is basically just an order queue, right? They could clear this order, that order. They could clear all the orders. So every single time that an order comes in, they're going to get notified this way as well. This is a great free option. So they've got a lot of different options from either kind of this the dashboard here. They can get faxed, they can get emailed, they can get texted, they can get called. Pretty much any way possible that they can get notified. A lot of different options there. Any other questions on this here? Austin, you're wondering how much is a franchise? We will get right to that. Okay, Scott, if I already have a merchant account, can I use it or do I need to go with Stripe or PayPal? Sorry, are you talking about if you're a business that has a Stripe or PayPal account, can you use that? Or are you talking about you as the licensee? Can you use something different? Because if you're talking about you as the licensee, Scott, then yeah, I mean you can collect money any way you want. Yeah. Yeah, so you're talking about yourself. Yeah, I mean you're not restricted in any way. I mean this is 100% your own business, Scott. If you want to go around town collecting checks and cash, that's your prerogative. You can collect funds any way you want to. But for the business's perspective, so that they get paid directly, yeah, you're going to be setting up either a Stripe or PayPal account for them. All right. And Fernando would like to know, Jim, on the payment section, using Square or PayPal, it will collect automatically without doing it manually. I guess I don't understand your question, Fernando. Would you mind rephrasing that? Yep, we'll hold on a second here for you. Okay, so you're talking about PayPal collecting I guess I'm not following. So, I mean, the business is going to collect funds automatically through the website, either via PayPal or Stripe. You understand that, right, Fernando? Okay, so Scott would like to know, so to be clear, the restaurant's money is collected through, let's say, PayPal, for example, and then would be subjected to PayPal fees to withdrawing it. Of course, that's how online merchants make money, either Stripe or PayPal. They take a percentage. It's typically 2.8%, and I think it's 30 cents for every transaction. That's how they get paid. Okay, great. So this is really the admin panel. We'll take a look here at the menu piece too. So if you are Falafel and Grill, to build in a menu, pretty simple and straightforward. You can break it down any way you want to. For Falafel and Grill, we did appetizers, salads, entree plates, sides. The build out, I mean, it's data entry. It's pretty simple and easy to do. I mean, if you wanted to add an item under appetizers, for example, you're going to click on add item. Pretty simple. You're going to type it into these user defined fields as well as price, any description. If you want to add a photo, that'd be how you would do it. You would add save and go back to the menu, and then it's going to be listed there. Now, the order of these things can always be changed too. If you wanted to have the falafel 12 piece appear in front of the 6 piece, you can change it that way or vice versa. But that's it. It's a one-time build, which is really cool. So I mean, this is the most work you're ever really going to do for a local business, and depending upon the size of the menu, it may take you 30 to 45 minutes to have something like this built in. And again, for those of you who don't feel terribly comfortable with technology, we do have training and support here, and to help you guys out to make sure you feel totally comfortable before you actually go out there and start to do it. Or, if time is a premium for you guys, there are plenty of people out there who love to do data entry and get paid for it. So that's another opportunity for you. And that can be part of the setup fee. Again, most of our licensees right now are charging $100, $150, $200 up front to get something like this built because your time is worth something. So, if you feel like that's worth your time, you can compensate yourself. If you want to, pay somebody $50 to do the data entry for the menu, you have that option as well. Susan would like to know. Okay. Okay, Susan. This is how it works, but is further training as far as how to run this business offered, and is there an additional cost for that training? No, not at all. I mean, and that's a great question, and we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but since you asked, we can talk about it. Each and every licensee, when you first come on board, you come in with everybody comes in with a different background and aptitude when it comes to technical things, when it comes to sales and marketing things. Everybody's got a different skill set. So we don't have particular modules for you guys to go through. What the typical onboarding process looks like is, you register. We try to get your site up and running right away just so that you can sign in for the first time, because we've got a lot of different video tutorials and training webinars for you to watch. I want to give you a chance to look at some of the marketing materials, but really, and most importantly, just to play around for at least a day or two to kind of get comfortable with it. And then we can start up our technical training. And I think you're going to get so much more out of this technical training if you've just had a chance to play around for a little bit. And get a little background. I think your questions are going to be a little bit more specific that way. But then after the technical training, and for some people it takes 5 or 10 minutes to get comfortable. For other people it takes a little bit longer. But the point is, we'll spend as much time with you as you need to make sure you feel totally comfortable with it. And then we do sales and marketing training. For some people this isn't their forte, and that's perfectly fine. And for those of you who don't have the greatest sales or marketing background, think about a commissioned sales rep, and we have a lot of licensees doing that right now. Oh, sorry, and my GoToWebinar panel just popped up here. Can everybody still see my screen okay? It looks like it. Okay, thanks everybody. So think about commissioned sales reps too. So again, most of our licensees right now, they're charging a setup fee anywhere from $100 to $200 up front. If that's the case, I'd probably look to give all of that, if not the lion's share, directly to a commissioned sales rep. If you're charging a $200 setup fee, even if you have a rep out there closing, a deal a day, that's $200 a day for them. You multiply that over 5 days a week, that's $1,000 a week for them. And again, you multiply that over, every week of the year. That's $52,000 a year. That's a great paying job. I mean, you're not gonna have a problem finding a quality rep to work on your behalf. And again, there's an incredible need for this. I mean, close to 80% of small and medium-sized restaurants and retailers don't have a way to be able to process a payment online. I mean, jeepers, this is a billion-dollar industry. I mean, this is just a contact sport, just like anything else. It's about going out there and talking to local businesses. And if you're doing that, you're going to make sales, period. And with all the features and functionality that you can offer here at a fraction of the cost, I mean, you're a very dangerous rep. So with that, I don't see any other questions here. Let me go ahead and move. Let me move back here. I'm gonna go back to my slides. Just bear with me for 1 second while I flip back over here. All right. All right. So let's kind of recap the opportunity here. Let's see. Well, a couple things I want to hit on. Number one, you guys keep 100% of the sales. So again, if you're charging a $200 setup fee, $50 a month, and 10% on the transaction side, every penny of that goes directly to you guys. And we're not a franchise. We're not charging a percentage of transactions. We don't get involved in royalties or revenue sharing or anything like that. If you're collecting $400 a month off of ABC Restaurant, $400 goes directly to you guys. You're just responsible for the flat monthly fee to go out there and run your business, and that's it. And below you can see this. I mean, this is your own brand and your own domain. So you're setting up your own branded domain, and there's nothing OrderIn apps on anything, and that's what they call white label here. And also, you get to set up your own pricing. You can charge any way that you want to. And as you can see here, we train and support you. Talked about that quite a bit. Again, sales and marketing training as well as technical training. It includes a full marketing website. And lastly, zero experience is needed to be able to run this business. We'll help and train you to up in sales and marketing side. It takes zero technical experience to run that. Hopefully you can see that during the demonstration portion there. I mean, literally, if you can type and if you can upload a picture into an email, that's probably the hardest equivalent task that we'd have you do. So pretty, excuse me. Oh. So as far as what you guys get, it's a turnkey white label opportunity. Like I said before at the beginning of the webinar, we try and limit where we have people domiciled. And my thinking on it, I don't want to put 30 people with the same platform into the same market. If I do that, you guys are going to end up cannibalizing each other. So I just want to have one good dedicated rep in every single market. But, being an internet opportunity, you can sell this anywhere you want. I mean, there's really no way to be able to restrict where you're selling. I mean, if you're based out of Chicago, Illinois, and if you're on a flight and you happen to talk to somebody in Seattle, Washington, they've got a restaurant and they want to get set up, of course you can set them up there. On top of that, I mean, you've got a sales website, which we showed you. And again, after the webinar, if you want to check that out, you can go to easyorderapps.com. You get to sell all the online ordering products. We do one-on-one training and support. You've got the marketing material. We take care of all the hosting and the updates. And again, no experience needed. And the point of all this is, we tried to create a totally turnkey product here to make sure that really anybody, regardless of background or aptitude, can operate this at a really high level. Now, as far as the setup process, pretty straightforward. We're going to have you guys buy a domain name. You can go out to GoDaddy or Network Solutions, pick out a domain, and we're going to set up everything on that domain. Again, we take care of the hosting and the maintenance there, and we're going to give you the video